Urban legends and terrifying myths of all kinds seem to surface from all around the world as reports of strange supernatural, paranormal, and extraterrestrial accounts spread through a town or region like wildfire. Some of these urban legends tend to never leave the region in which they first began, whereas others might make national headlines all around the world in their appearance. So today, at Unexplained Mysteries, we will be covering 6 different urban legends that come from the country of Sweden and their strange tales. Encountering the Nakon. In Sweden, there are reports of a strange creature wandering near the rivers and lakes of the region that carries with it a sad and scary story. According to the legend, the Nakon are old spirits that can form when a person of whom has lived a very lonely life gets to an old age and passes away alone. These lonely spirits will then reside near large bodies of water such as that of rivers, lakes, or shores. It is believed that the spirit looks similar to that of a skinny, old and frail man that stands completely naked, of where it derives its name as the Nakon. The Nakon will always be equipped with a violin in his hands that he will play throughout the night that can be heard when close to where he resides. According to the urban legend, if a person hears the sound of the violin as it is played by the Nakon, they will begin to want to join the Nakon near the river and fall into the water only to drown shortly thereafter. It is believed that, due to the Nakon's loneliness, it will drown people in the hopes of creating new spirits and friends that will join him in his existence. Though the Nakon are referenced all throughout ancient mythologies across Scandinavia, they are still believed to reside in areas of Sweden, as many have claimed to have encountered a Nakon and then immediately covered their ears to prevent from hearing the tune of the violin. Today, there are still reports of these creatures wandering around the less explored rivers and waterways all across Sweden, with many believing that more than one Nakon can exist at any one time, and can sneak up on those wishing to go for a swim in a forgotten lake or river. The Skog Shura of the forest. Referred to as the Skog Shura, there appears to be a strange monster that searches for men in the forests located in Sweden. The Skog Shura are described as being ancient tree-like spirits that are strange in appearance. From the front of the creature, the Skog Shura appears to be completely human in design, looking similar to that of a beautiful girl. It is with this front form that the creature targets men, usually peeking out from behind trees and wandering through forests, attempting to seduce men and tempt them to join her in the forest. If a man does follow the Skog Shura, they will never be seen or heard from again, leaving their fate unknown or possibly tragic in origin. Others report that if a man were to sleep with the Skog Shura, their soul would be bound to the creature and will never find any attraction to another member of the human species for the rest of their lives. Other myths and urban legends involving the creature include hunters claiming that sleeping with the creature will bring everlasting luck when hunting, but that being unfaithful to the creature will lead to disastrous effects and cause large animals from the woods to attack them. In all stories, it is believed that the only possible way to break the temptation and curse of the Skog Shura is to view her true form from behind and not that of her female form. From behind, the creature looks similar to that of a tree, with branches, moss and bark covering her backside. The Silver Train of Those Forgotten. The Silver Train of Sweden is an urban legend that has spanned all across the country at many different train stations ever since its first sighting. Though the train has been referred to as the Silver Train, it is more accurately described as being that of a shiny metallic colour, completely lacking any paint or colourful designs of any kind. According to the urban legends surrounding the myth of the Silver Train, if you are to wait at a train platform until past the moment of midnight, you will have a chance of seeing the silver train arrive. If you ever witness the silver train, the best thing to do is to not step onto the train for any reason whatsoever. It is believed that the silver train is a haunted ghost train that is occupied by ghosts that are on their way to the underworld. If you step on the silver train, it is believed that the train will take the passenger all the way to an abandoned station named Kimlinge, where the train will trap them until they pass away. Other variations of the legend believes that it will take you to a completely different station that has no exit of any kind and will force you to stay there underground in a dimly lit abandoned station covered in rust and locked doors with metal bars. Though many are uncertain as to the origin of the myth, it is without a doubt one of the strangest and most terrifying urban legends of Sweden and continues to scare people all across the country. The village of Borgvatnet. Described as being the most haunted village in the world, the village of Borgvatnet is believed to hold more spirits than their current small town population. In fact, reports of the village's hauntings go all the way back to 1927, in which a letter written by a resident of an old vicarage in the area described terrifying encounters with ghosts in the building. Over the past few decades, the entire town has reported supernatural happenings, a large number of haunting reports, and even that the old vicarage building appears to be at the centre of the hauntings. Others claim that in the early years of the town, there had been occult meetings and rituals performed in the location that has led to overwhelming connections with dark spirits and terrible energies manifesting in the small village. The Knockin Sea Beast. Similar to that of the Skog Shura, the Knockin Sea Beast will tempt those passing by to a fate unknown by many. According to urban legends spawning all around the country of Sweden, there are reports of a strange water spirit that will take the form of a handsome man and try to lure women into the rivers with it. Some myths tell of the creature only being visible from the nose up, looking out from the waters, whereas other myths tell of the creature's ability to shapeshift and take many different forms. In one such legend, a Knockin Sea Beast transformed into a horse and convinced kids in the neighbourhood to ride it since it was a magical horse. After kids got on its back, it ran into the waters to steal their souls for its collection. The story of Kitta. Referred to as the story of Kitta, this legend has continued even into that of the modern times, as many claim that late at night an old lady with beautiful red shoes will wander around town looking for victims to her evil. The story gets its origins from an old Swedish myth in which an evil old lady lived alone in the woods. According to the myth, the lady encountered the devil walking by her house and wanted to make a deal with him. She wanted beautiful bright shoes, and in return, she could corrupt anything that the devil wanted corrupted. Wishing to take the evil old lady's soul, the devil gave her a job that seemed almost impossible to complete. She was told that she would have to break up a beautiful relationship so perfect that even the devil himself couldn't do it. Kitta agreed and went out into the forest to find the couple. When she located the young couple, she found them to be terribly in love and could never believe each other to fall out of love. Kitta waited for the man to go on the hunt, and then entered the house to tell the wife a strange story. Kitta convinced the wife that she was a witch and that, though her husband might be perfect, she knew how to make sure no evil could exist in him. The wife listened and wanted to know how this would be possible. Kitta told the wife that there are several long hairs on the husband's chin that hold all his evil, and that for him to lose all malice, he must shave these hairs. The wife then told Kitta that she would let her husband know, but then Kitta stipulated that he must never know or else he will become violent and angry. The The wife was then told that she would have to cut the hairs using a razor while the husband was sleeping to make sure things didn't get nasty, and, upon hearing this, the wife agreed. Shortly thereafter, Kitta went to where the husband was hunting and told him that she was a psychic of whom could see the future. The husband wanted to know what his future held in store for him, and so she told the man that when he goes to sleep tonight, his wife would try to kill him. Of course, the husband refused to believe this and quickly went home while disturbed. That night, when the husband was sleeping and the wife entered the room with a razor close to his neck, the husband woke up and struck the wife, believing she was trying to kill him, ending their relationship and her life. When the devil returned to Kitta, upon hearing of the tragedy of the couple, he was so frightened of the evil woman that he refused to get anywhere near her. He dangled a pair of bright-coloured shoes on a fishing line and tossed them to the woman as he stood across the river. Today it's reported that an old woman in bright-coloured shoes will walk through the towns looking for a victim of her evil. But what do you all think of these strange and almost supernatural urban legends floating around the country of Sweden? Be sure to leave your questions and answers in the comment section below and help us to grow this community while working to solve these unexplained mysteries. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to subscribe for more videos.